Candidate for 22nd District, man. Stay real. Keep on. What's up? What's up? What's up? Busy. Busy been 10 out. Y'all know what it is, man. We back. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. KC, where you at radio? Where you at Wednesdays? Live right here on KUAW. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. KC's global community radio station, man. Y'all tuned in. Like it's been 3 months. It's been a whole 3 months since I seen y'all, but I'm glad to be back, especially next to my friend FREN comedian Janelle Banks. How you been, baby?
Hey y'all, I'm good. I've been great. Super. In the quarantine.
Quarantine.
That's what I call it.
Clementine.
Call it.
And we out here, man. I got a couple special guests in the building as well. Waiting on one other, but I do got my man KUAW Graves in the building, man. Candidate for the 22nd District State Rep. What's going on, player?
Nothing much, man. Appreciate the invite. Appreciate you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then to the far right, sweet Juneteenth in the building, Miss Keith Peterson. What's going on, sweetheart?
Doing good, doing good.
Doing
great.
good. Hey, love to hear my love to
Something's
rock
going
it. That's Juneteenth-ish.
Look,
That's
it's literally
Juneteenth-ish.
wild and free.
You know what it is, man. So like I said, you tuned in right now to KC Where You At Radio. We back. Man, we
are
coronavirus, quarantine, social distancing,
Man.
protests, riots, and all sorts of stuff. But we free right now, I guess, to the next wave, right? To the next wave. That's what they said. So we're gonna see how that wave rides. You know, who's that? What's the governor? Governor Mike Parsons done let us open.
We are open.
He done freed the people.
We are open again, y'all. When they made that announcement, look, I'm stuttering because that's how I was in my apartment. Y'all remember that scene on Players Club where Ebony was in the closet hiding from Diamond? That was me. That was me. I was like, oh, he is letting this happen again. Oh my god. Whew, okay. We getting out there. We're doing it. We're doing it. Doing it well.
He opened us up back on the 16th. Supposedly officially no restrictions. But shoot, the way some of y'all Facebook lives been set up, man, I mean, I don't feel like I done missed too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all been having kickback centrals, and then the protests. One of them had probably 10,000 people down there at the plaza. Man. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was good to see, man. It was good to see people come together for one cause, even though it kind of broke up at the end and everybody doing their own thing again. So, you know, we got to keep that momentum,
Times
man.
are very strange. I
Times
saw
are
a young
super
lady
strange.
popping her in front of the police, like
Did you see her twerking
screaming
in front of the police at the
Wait,
protest?
yes, in front of a police, and I was just like, that is not that. First of all, that has to be a '90s baby. Somebody told me on Instagram, no, she had to have been born in 2000
You know
or
that's a
something.
90s
I
baby.
just know. Listen, when Cash Money took over for the 99 and 2000, it changed a lot of our protesting. And that's all I have to say about
That's
that.
all we gonna say about that.
Yeah,
And then, of course, you saw we made the national news.
yeah,
Not in a good way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would still just like to say we are Super Bowl champions, though.
Hey, go Chiefs!
However, I did see today that we are defunding a certain group of people, if I'm not allowed to mention it. But they just passed a bill to defund a certain group of people in Kansas City.
How much was it? 10 million?
It's 10 million.
10 million. Now,
$10
wonder I
million.
can't get no free KCPD love at 816 Day. They said you got to pay for all that.
Yep.
Yeah, I had somebody looking at that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, if you didn't know, we did make national news. Again, it wasn't in a good way, but Brother Terrence Maddox out of KCK was pulled out in the crowd and tackled by the KCPD to the ground and cuffed for saying something they didn't like. And Don Lemon, he captured it, man, and he said, "What the heck is going on?" You know. So
I like Don.
Don.
He been calling out everybody.
He be calling it out.
Mary J. Blige, Oprah, Forrest Gump, where are you?
He on the bench somewhere. But and then what else we have, man? There's a lot going on. Lot been going on. Swope Park Sunday's been cracking with literally some cracking after it. You know what I'm saying? It's been going on forever. I mean, it's nothing we should get used to. Nothing we should glorify.
We want to provoke change.
Yeah, we trying to push
now.
change, man. Positivity in the city. It's always. I used to love to go down there, but I rolled by a couple Sundays ago, and I just knew it was best to just ride on by. You know, I'm getting old too. I can't run like I used to. And then Vine been cracking too on the weekends, and then they had that mishap too. And I always got to throw a little damper in there, but it's coming back, man. It's coming back. I know they got the Strength in the Vine movement going on. I'm going to definitely have Brother Joseph Thomas in later to speak on that. And let me see. They also been doing, have you seen the COVID-19 cruises on Nolan Road?
Man, first of all, I had no idea Nolan Road had so much potential.
It doesn't. But if you build it, they will come, right? But it literally be thousands and thousands of cars. Like nice cars, too. I mean, you get your occasional hoopty.
But I love a good
duct
vintage
tape
car.
bumper and
like,
stuff.
I love a good vintage car. I'm just nervous about, like, is this a setup? Why are we all out here on Nolan Road of all places?
And then Independence Police did start hating on them. They start shutting them down. You know, but I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. We can find another street, another strip, a parking lot. They're gonna make it happen. You can't shut them down like that.
The quarantine has turned me into a conspiracy theorist. So
you too?
Yeah, look up them dates of when we open. I just got to make sure none of that match up with something else.
6/1/6/20?
Yeah, like that better not be a future Beyonce album drop or something. I don't know. I just backwards. I don't. Just look it up.
Hey, anything. You never know. You never
Just
know what
look
the
it up.
powers that be have going on in the background.
Yeah,
I will
look
tell
it
you
up
that.
for me, somebody. Do the math.
Like I said, but back on a positive note, right? Quarantine didn't have to shut in, But shout out all the innovators and creators that have been keeping the virtual world pumping. You know what I'm saying? All my DJs, man. I swear, one Sunday, me and Stank sat there and listened to 4 different DJs the whole day while I'm cooking, cleaning, and we just grooving, man. So, like, who was that? DJ Dink been out there, Max Groove, DJ Fresh, DJ Q, DJ Foots, Hobo Tone, Philo, Rocky Montana, 911, G Wiz, Taylor Shay, Ashton Martin.
I've been enjoying. I just love that lens he uses.
Look at what?
Ashton Martin's lens. I don't know. I get obsessed with watching his live because he uses like a fisheye lens, and I just be like, "This is nice."
Yeah. Caught in the bubble.
Yeah.
And then we got the virtual open mic shows been going on. Soul Sessions been cracking. Arson Spitfire been cracking still. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? You just adapting with the changes, with the times right now. And then I know you've been on some virtual comedy shows. How that been looking? You've been with some names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Name them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I try to remain humble at all times.
Oh, come on, man.
I just did a panel with Ali Sadiq, which was super, super awesome. One of my fave people. Also Rodney Perry, Buddy Lewis. Doing a couple of open mics and just some book gigs in New York virtually, which have been awesome. So trying to keep it alive.
You hosted one at the comedy club, right?
Yes, I have
With
been.
zero audience.
Yes.
But it was virtual though.
Yes, but then we have been back at the Comedy Club KC booming for the last like almost a month now. So yeah, I've done 2 weekends there. The last weekend was like 5 shows. So they are booming and open and ready for y'all with ribs. Open.
Is that still Jackson County?
That is actually Jackson County, absolutely.
Is that like 103rd?
103rd. It's actually just 103rd Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right off of State, couple blocks east of State.
Yeah, if you know where Price Chopper is, you know where it is at. But it's been booming. They have some good shows coming, and don't worry, I know some people are like, is it an urban audience, yes, because they have me up there. So
it's a little bit of everything.
And I am filling the void and Black Lives Matter on the stage for you. Okay, so
all by yourself.
Yes, come on out. Come do it. Come show some love. Live comedy is not dead, y'all.
It's not. And let me see. Shout out all the restaurants and bars too that have endured the quarantine, and especially those that have found a way to work around all the restrictions. You know what I'm saying? They got the to-go liquor cracking. Who thought?
I wonder if they're gonna like not let that go.
Who would have thought?
Because that's fabulous.
I know, right? And shout out KC Daiquiri Shop. I know that's something they've been actually pushing. I want to say for over a year, trying to at least with the to-go daiquiris. But I remember I went one place and they just gave me a whole cup full of 1800 and put a lid on it and said, "Here you go."
Yeah.
It looked like water. Because all I want is ice, but
yeah,
I could, I mean, I can see it. I don't know if that'll be something that's permanent. You're probably not even old enough to drink here.
I am too.
Okay, he can run for office. He can drink.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I think that's a unique thing. Although I feel like in some instances, the first couple of accidents we have, there will be an issue, and that'll be the number one casualty of it. But
it's the DUI.
Yeah, and so
open container.
Bam, you got to drink responsibly. Period. But I think that if you're going to do it, these companies are gonna have to like brand or make sure it's like super styrofoam, super to go ish. Like might have to put a date stamp on that bad boy.
Tape on the lid, so you know if it's been tampered with and drunk while you've been in the car. And, I'm sure they're gonna fine tune that somehow. But
I mean, there's other states and places that have that, so I'm sure we can just follow their lead.
Because I saw they were selling like one beer. Like how am I just come and just get like one beer through the drive-through?
Some places where you could get a case, like KC Pizza Kitchen, like you could literally order like 6 packs or single drinks with your pizza.
Is it cheaper than the liquor store though?
Oh, I probably not.
Probably not.
Just like you pay $1, $2 for that 2-liter soda or can of soda. And
she said it's still tasty.
It's still tasty. When you order pizza though, Minsky's try to do that. They have like $1 something for a can of soda.
$1 can right now.
And I'm like, what?
And I guess you got to drive a mile away, so you factor the gas in. That's like $1.02 in gas. You can just put that right there when you right there, right?
Yeah.
Well, shameless plug for Waldo Pizza, because Waldo Pizza, better price, and they bring it anywhere in the city. So
do they?
Where is Waldo
Let me
Pizza?
find
They're off 75th, I think, but they'll deliver anywhere in the city. They
I never know that.
And they work for nonprofits.
Yeah, they got a discount for nonprofits.
A nice discount.
Somebody getting Waldo Pizza.
So free plug. So so Juneteenth KC Waldo Pizza. Thank you.
So
they know where they got the plug at.
Plug it in, plug it in.
That girl, dang.
You a mess.
And let me see. Also, shout out all the community organizations who's been holding these food giveaways for the community. Shout out Brandon Ellington. I know he's held a few drives on that. And then my man Tony Caldwell with the Justice League. They be down there on like 29th in Indiana. They gave away a car one day. They've been giving away barbecue plates along with the groceries, man.
Oh
so,
my God,
like I
yeah.
said, shout out everybody that's been trying to contribute to these rougher times.
Yes,
you know?
I got a shout out to homies, Lainey and Alara. They also their organization. I forgot the name of the organization that they work with. I know it's
The
their
church out south.
Yeah, the Longview
Mhm.
church. I do not know their name and I apologize, but they have been having like bi-weekly or food drives and they've been
Mhm.
amazing. Like good food.
I know. And I
Yeah.
seen here lately. I know it used to be a lot of just everything,
Mhm.
but here lately it's actually been the produce, the good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, the healthier items,
Super important.
veggies and fruits and the nutrients that we really need, especially during this heat. Because I went to one and I said it was for my grandma, but they gave me this big old pork butt shoulder or something, and I was like, "What I'm gonna do with?" So
Yeah, I mean, and it's
I gave it to the
important
cats
too.
on the corner on 31st.
You are a mess.
I mean, I wasn't gonna do nothing with it. I'm just keeping it real. Pass it along if
It's
you ain't gonna do
important
it.
now. This whole pandemic, like none of the news and media outlets encouraged us to boost our immune system. They were just like, "Wash your hands, wash your hands." I'm like, okay, but eat.
That internal.
Yeah,
You need
like
that
eat a
internal
salad,
immune.
eat some broccoli, boost your immune, get some vitamin C's and D's, and eat whatever elemental P's, but get some vitamins. you know.
Vitamins.
Yes,
Yes, man.
I be throwing people off. I'm
I
sorry.
know, right? The LMNOPs threw me out. All right, so let's go over just a few past events. Like I said, it ain't been too much going on, but they've been trying. We've been trying. We're working back up to it. Huge shout out to Velvet Freeze Daiquiri down there on 18th of Vine. Just yesterday was their 2-year anniversary. Huge shout out, Miss Tierra, down there, man. Go eat you some Smacks too, man. Smacks got some healthy options on there.
Get
That
the
turkey
Zodiac
burger fire too.
Oh, I haven't had the turkey
You
burger.
ain't had the turkey burger?
I love the Zodiac burger.
That
I
ain't
love
the
mushrooms.
healthy one.
Is it mushrooms? Super healthy. Shut your mouth.
On a half-pound burger, smothered with bacon. No, I swear. And
No,
they got
smothered with
brisket on there. Is that the
mushrooms.
one with brisket?
No, it's just a burger and like it's smothered in mushrooms and like Swiss cheese and
Okay.
onions. So 2 vegetables.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Smothered.
Period.
Smothered
poo.
vitamins. Let me see. We also had who's that? Not the American Jazz Museum. What is it? The Jazz Walk of Fame, as she told me, has been having this Jazzy Jam-demic. Make sure I said that right. Jazzy Jam-demic concert series showcasing KC musicians every Sunday through Friday at 5 p.m. You can check that out on their live. Again, that's the. My bad, I wrote it down, but I gave her the paper. The Jazz Walk of Fame. But it's also they also show it on the American Jazz Museum page too, so you can find it, and you can find it on KC Where You At. Let me see. Also, this past weekend, Up Down Nightlife app hosted litigation over there at Bridgers at 50% capacity, of course, but all the ticket sales were donated to the Race Project KC. So shout them out. Always trying to do something positive. Percy's in the Park still been rocking though. You ain't seen. I shouldn't call them out.
I think that people learn to not go live. Y'all gotta stop letting people go live from y'all location.
They be going at 50% though, but them Thizzle Thursday still been like, I'm like, working in it.
Cause I mean anything they fry is just so good.
I heard they wings is fried. They still got the dollar wings, right? Is it dollar wings on Thursdays before 9?
Yep.
50-cent drink.
It's amazing. Like anything they fry, and I know the grease is so old, but it's so good.
That's seasoning.
Yeah, them drinks though at Percy's, y'all. Let me tell you something. Anytime somebody gonna charge you $2 or $1 for a drink, you just walk away. Walk away. It don't matter how much ice is in it. You're gonna be drunk, sis.
Good old college days. You get them quarter draws and 50-cent draws. Oh Lord, I don't remember half of them.
Your body is your temple.
Let's see what else we had. Man, Pride Weekend was just here. Was that this past weekend?
It's all month for me.
It's all month, baby.
I don't like the thing is I don't know what is not going on and what I know the major event was canceled, so I didn't know.
Yeah, because last year they was at the Berkeley Riverfront.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be this year
too. What they do? Them little sleigh. What's the thing where they drop down to the ground? What's that called?
Oh, voguing?
Yeah, they did the little voguing thing.
Oh, the ballroom. Oh, babe. Okay, so that was Black Pride.
I'm like,
Yes.
how you ain't got no knee pads on with this?
Listen, that
laying
was my
all the way.
first ballroom experience, honey, and like everything you see on TV. Yes.
It's for
Yes.
real.
It's for real. Like it is
Bold.
amazing. It is just the work, the craftsmanship, the costumes, and the themes, and the fact that you never know what theme you're walking. Like you just come prepared is like this bad mamma
How can you
jamma.
prepare?
Yeah, like you just gotta be beat to the gods.
Okay. Okay. So shout out Pride Weekend. I think it's was it Authentic KC or something
Yes,
like that. I know they
yes.
did something at the G Spot this weekend, and also had a barbecue over there in Swope Park
Yes.
at the shelter number 2, man. So
Mhm.
shout them out. They've been holding tough. Kobe Harlan and the friends, man. Shout them out real
Yes.
tough.
Everybody that whole community, what they do for the community is phenomenal. So it's just bigger than the cause and the purpose. They truly do take care of the community. I
That's
appreciate
what's
those folks.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Shout out to LGBTQ
Yes.
because you gotta add the pansexual on there, right?
You can add whatever letter you want to. We here, baby.
Hello, do it.
Do it.
Do you, boo? Let me see. And this week, like I said, we opening up slowly but surely, y'all. The return of Two-Step Wednesdays at the Juke House with DJ Foots. 50% capacity. Two-step at your own risk, but we're open.
Yes, yes. You was two-stepping at your wrist before COVID. First of all, let's just put it out there.
I mean, them kickbacks was. I'm just saying.
Well, no, it's just the beauty and the art of two-stepping. Oh
I
my
need to
God,
learn.
it's phenomenal. And so, like, first of all, you got to know how to two-step to be there on Wednesday. Don't think you
Gots
can
to
go in
know.
there. Like, you can go in there as a rookie, but like after 9 o'clock, it's like the grown folks
Yeah,
come
I'm
to
about
the
to
floor.
say because they open up
Yeah.
at 5.
Yeah.
Right, so you
Mhm.
can go from like 5 to 7 and
You
like
can
kind of
practice.
blend in and try to
Yeah.
learn something. But like she said, after 9,
Mess them up. You
So what you telling me is at 9 o'clock I need to leave because I don't know.
you
how
need
two-step.
to
don't
sit,
leave. Just observe.
just go learn.
Take videos so you can.
Okay. Because I don't want to get embarrassed.
Cause
I don't want to get
listen,
embarrassed at all.
You let me tell you, and they're not even gonna embarrass you to your face, it's to your soul.
Damn.
Come on, honey. Let's. I'm gonna try.
Get
Let me
your
see.
special stuff out the way.
So go check them out tonight at the Juke House. Again, shout out my boy DJ Foots on that.
Mhm.
Let me see. Also tonight they have an amateur open mic comedy night at the Legends Comedy Club, 6151 Blue Ridge,
I might
with
go
Miss
stop by
Kalisha
with
Monique
that. Yeah.
as the host down there. Shout out Kevin Robe. And so while I'm on that, again, Legends Comedy Club, 6151 Blue Ridge. I don't know if it's Kansas City's first, but it's Kansas City's only black-owned comedy club. Grand opening weekend this weekend, actually starting Thursday. So make sure y'all check that out. Go support my boy Kevin Robe. And also he has a liquor store, a Prospect Party Shop over there on 53rd and Prospect. 53rd, 54.
Yep.
Liquor and convenience store. Though. Hey, you can get toilet paper. He got toilet paper.
You got all the rap snacks, and I appreciate
All the rap
that
snacks.
because, like, I'm a very also a black-owned chip company. I love rap snacks. They're great chips.
I love rap snacks.
They are.
Straight up. I've had the one with Cardi B
I haven't had those. I'm scared of
and
hot
like
chips.
honey barbecue or something.
Yeah, I
And
love
then-
Migos and Romeo's chips
Oh,
and Fabulous chips.
oh. I'm waiting on them the rap snack noodles. Or is that
They
Master
should be
P?
out.
Who coming out with the noodles?
Yeah, it's him. They should be out.
Somebody coming out with the ramen noodles,
It's
man.
Master P. It's rap snack noodles. Yep. Yep.
Waiting on them, player.
I'm excited. But make sure y'all do check out the comedy club. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. Like I said, live comedy is not dead. This weekend he got J. Lee Thomas and Cool Bubba Ice, and I heard I am your host.
Hey.
Duh.
Better be there.
But yeah, come and support us. You just don't know who might be in the building. You just never know what you might see, and it is a historical thing right now. And I think right now, while we are in the very mindset of supporting Black businesses and Black organizations and the Black movement itself,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that comedy or comedians, we're kind of almost like pastors. We provide that sense of that release and that feel of getting away from, real life. And I mean, you don't pray to us, but we definitely provide a comfort for y'all. So
Yeah, you
Just
gotta take a
saying.
break every once in a while. You gotta
You need
laugh
it.
it off sometimes.
need it.
Let it out.
sometimes like vices are not very good, like drugs, alcohol, blah, 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 blah. So just saying.
Hey, just saying. Get your relief.
Mm-hmm.
Get your relief, baby. Speaking of supporting black, I mean, it is Juneteenth weekend, right? Juneteenth weekend starts Friday, and I know y'all got a lot going on. I see a Juneteenth blackout block party at Grove Park from 2 to 8. Kid-friendly bounce houses, and they got a kickball game going. They got a, let me see, Juneteenth celebration. We canceling the 4th at Swope Park Bandstand. Our real Independence Day. They also have a more conservative one, Pray on Truce, with the faith community. And they said this is the instructions here. Show up anywhere along the 10-mile east sidewalk of Truce Avenue at 7 p.m. on June 19th, 2020, and pray for 1 hour. I can dig it.
I think that's awesome.
I'm going to just ride by. I'm going to ride by and just to see how many people is on all the way down to Truce go from what? Bannister to... Ooh, probably 4th. No.
Oh, yeah.
Probably 10, 11, 12.
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, man. So if you more on the spiritual side, you can join in with them in the faith community praying on truce. Also, you have a Juneteenth kickoff over there at the KC Daiquiri Shop with art display by author Leandra Mack. They have another Juneteenth celebration in the park at Tower Park. Food, drinks, music, game, fun out there. Low key, they got a Juneteenth adult pop-up late night skate at Wynwood.
Come on.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm ready to roll bounce. Let's go.
Let's go.
Somebody please bring a camera because that is about to be a movie.
That's 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. out there at
old,
Wynwood, man. Juneteenth adult pop-up late skate. Go check them out.
That sounded like an old lady.
Let me see. Let me scale back one. Oh, vote. Vote, vote, vote.
Oh my gosh.
Vote, vote, vote. No, swing. Pull up voters registration drive with Black Excellence KC and the Jackson County Bar Association over there at the Negro League Baseball Museum. Because the black vote is the most influential vote in America. That starts at 3 p.m. And with that, I am going to caveat to my brother who is running for the 22nd District State Representative position, my man Kevon Graves, man. What's going on, family?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much at all.
That's what's up, man. Welcome, welcome. Casey, where you at, radio? And, man, I know he reached out to me. He said, you got something I can get on? I said, come on, holla at your peoples, man. Because I heard you speak the other day at Joey's Barbershop. And, man, it was real powerful, especially coming from a young brother as yourself. It's good to see a young black man interested in politics as you are. So yes, I wanted to make sure I had some time for you to express yourself right here, man. What you got to say to the people?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for letting me come on your platform. Second of all, man, voting is important. I can't express that enough, honestly. A lot of people think that the presidential election is what matters the most. It's not. What matters most is our city elections and our state elections. It's definitely the ones on August 4th. August 4th is going to be our primaries. And most of our districts and most of our state rep positions that we don't have Republican challengers. We don't have Green Party challengers. So whoever wins on August 4th is going to be your state rep. Definitely like in my district, in the 22nd district. So you have to get out there. You have to vote. I have a slogan. My slogan is "The future is now." And the reason why is that because everything we doing now that we decide in this election affects everything that happens in the future. Everything we do now affects the next 10 years, affects 20 years. Like, for example, 2020 is when we're redoing the lines when it comes to our districts. Gendermandering.
And let them know, where is the 22nd district located? Okay. What area does that encompass?
22nd district is kind of a weird district. It's about Truce to the Walmart on 40 Highway. Then for about Swope, I'm say 51st Street, and it's about 29th Street.
That's a wide area, though.
Yeah, it's about almost 40,000 people that live in this district.
Shoot.
I'm about 40,000 people.
Through 22nd district. I think I'm in that district. Yeah. Now I think about it.
Hey, come out and vote then.
That's what's up. I do.
But to go on is that what we have to understand is that politics affects everything we do. Everything, education, jobs, taxes. I know when I go out and canvas and I talk to people, they always say, well, I'm not into politics. Well, politics doesn't affect me. That's a lie. Politics affects everything you do in life. I don't care if you work in a dead-end job. the amount of money you make on that job is affected by politics. Maybe you don't care about politics. Politics care about you. They care about your taxes. They care about the money that you taking. They bring it into the community. So, man, you have to get out there and vote. You have to actually put the right people in office, the right people that's in it for the right reasons. And that's one of the reasons why I'm running. Me and my family members have been giving back since, I want to say, my 7th great grandfather used to be Indian chief. He used to like negotiate contracts and treaties with Americans in Oklahoma.
You know your road number.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So we've always given back, like from being doctors or being teachers or being Air Force members, Marines. And I'm not a teacher. I'm not. My mother is, so God bless her soul, but I can't do it. And I'm not Air Force, or any Army members, but I give great blessings to them and shout out them. But what I know I can do is listen to people, talk to people, and find solutions for them. And that's what I'm good at. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm running.
What's give me your one main policy that you would like to affect or change?
Our education system. I believe when Nelson Mandela said education is the key to the future. We got to change our education system. As a person, like I said, my mother's a school teacher. I know firsthand of how education works. And right now, I believe our teachers are teaching to a test, actually not able to teach our kids. That's got to change. Our teachers not getting paid enough. That's got to change. Study shows that when the teachers are paying more, it means more qualified teachers want to come in that area, which means kids more willing to go to school because they have a better teacher there. Also, got to make sure our classrooms are smaller so kids can actually be more into their education. But not just that, actually make sure our kids have extracurricular activities outside of school, so we won't be out in the streets or anything like that. Like right now, yeah, you have football, you have basketball, you have the athletics, but where's debate? Where's band? Where's drama? Where's robotics? Where's all these other things that the suburban leagues have that we don't? These are things we have to fix. These are things that we have to give our kids doing. But not just that, change the way we do in our school system. One of the things I really want to do is that by the time a kid reaches their sophomore year in high school, I want to give them an opportunity to either choose the college road or the working road. So if you want to go working road, you're learning how to do carpentry trades.
Yeah.
You learn how to do all these other things because you're going to always find a job doing that, no matter what. If you want to do education, now we're going to focus you on education. We're going to push you to that. If you want to be athletics, let's put you in athletics. Let's get these kids actually involved in their future and actually decide what they want their future to be.
Amen.
So, yeah.
You got my vote, young brother.
Yeah,
That's what's up. 'Cause, you know, I got my young life in the building, man. She'll be 13, going to 8th grade, and ooh, it's rough out there. It's rough, man. Shout out Stinker Butt in the building. I see you, boo.
You can vote for me. What is in 7 years?
Yeah. So that's what's up, man. Where can they look you up at, man, and see everything that you're about?
The major two things. Number one is Facebook. Is KUAW Graves for State Representative. Is my major one. I pretty much have all policies, information, and plans that I want to do on there. The next thing is pretty much my normal Facebook page, KUAW Graves. I'm always posting things of what I'm doing. I always posting things where I think that should be changed. I'm not involved on Twitter as much as I should be because I just not as big fan of Twitter. But Facebook for KUAW Graves. I'm sorry, KUAW Graves for State Representative is the main thing. Come on there, look. If you have any questions, my contact information is actually on there. So I'm free to call me at any time. I'm not afraid of questions. I'm not afraid of any concerns. I don't care if you think I'm too young. I have an answer for it. I don't care if you think that I'm not too inexperienced. I have an answer for it. I don't care if you think that when I think in education or job reforms or anything like that, you think my plan's wrong. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. And I'm gonna show you why what I'm telling you is the truth. I'm gonna show you why what I'm telling you is why it's gonna work.
How old are you? I know everybody looking. Like,
I want to know.
I'm 24.
24.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm at the minimum age you can be to run for state rep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Go
You still
ahead,
got time.
man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So again, that's this Friday. Pull up voters registration drive with Black Excellence KC and the Jackson County Bar Association at the Negro League Baseball Museum. Remember, the black vote is the most influential vote in America. Okay, people, vote or die because people died for you to vote. Remember that. Shout out, brother KUAW in the building, man.
Still going
Thank
on
you.
right now.
And on that note, we gonna keep on with the Juneteenth celebration, man, because it's our weekend. Like I said, this is our holiday, and we should embrace it to the fullest, man. The fullest potential it could have. We really need to get behind it. Now I know it's all kind of Juneteenth celebrations going on. They even got one of Happy Foods.
Wow.
I looked up and I looked at the address, and the address said it pulled up Happy Foods, y'all. And they got live bands,
excited
free
about?
food, local artists, car and bike show, KC Fusion Drill Team, local vendors.
That's
I
a
like
perfect.
Happy
I think
Food.
that's a good spot. Like for Kansas City, to be honest, though, like Happy Foods, just for especially to survive COVID. You know, when a lot of businesses are shut down, I just feel
They
like
was
Happy.
selling toilet paper rolls.
Oh my
2 by the
gosh.
pack in the meat pack for $2.49.
And then gave us an explanation of why they did it and was like, period, poo.
Yeah.
Like,
individualized
So-
them for they broke it down for you so you didn't have to pay that $17.
you
You just
can't.
had to stretch it out.
Right, right.
2 by 2.
I love it. But I mean, they're a staple in this community, man. If you have
They
not
are.
shopped or been to Happy Foods or experienced Happy Foods during Thanksgiving or Christmas, you know, like,
I grew up on Happy Foods. I ain't even gonna
Listen.
lie. I'm a 31st emergency baby, man. And I just was like, why is the meat department so dark? What are they doing? back
They
in
don't
the
want you
butcher
to
section?
see, baby.
Is
They
that an
don't-
elk? What is that?
What? Listen, cut it right, and then you could just smell it. You knew what you would. Ooh,
Man. So, like I said, it's Juneteenth weekend, and I got my homegirl with me who has brought us some of the biggest and best that Kansas City has to offer out of Juneteenth. And so I present to you none other than the hair boss herself, Miss Makita Peterson. What's happening, Mama?
Good. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So I know
turn it
you've been
back.
going all month long if the people don't even know.
Yeah, we started June 1st. We've done virtual activities. We're going June 1st to June 30th. So
That's
a whole
what's
calendar worth of stuff, worth of good things going on for the community.
That's what's up. Tell them what have we missed? What have we missed
Well,
already?
we've already done 3 mobile distribution events. So fed 700 families. We'll do another one this week where we'll feed 250 to 300 families, and that's in partnership with Urban Community Connections, Missouri Care, Home State Health, the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, and also Evergy is partnering with us, and they're going to be giving away box fan as well. And so that's been what we've been really kicking off the last week, where you can get poultry, fresh produce, cleaning supplies, household items. We've also given away some kitchen appliances like a deep fryer or air fryer. We've given away a couple of times. And what else are we giving away? Yep, and then canned items, and then just home cleaning supplies and hygiene items. So families are able to pull up at that location. We're going to be at Greg Kleist Community Center next. So we'll be at Greg Kleist from 4 to 6 p.m. And so with Evergy on site on the 20th this Saturday, doing our mobile distribution. So that's been the biggest project so far. We've also done a couple of community workshops on the weekends. We've been featuring some historically Black colleges and universities, and been letting them have highlighted Zoom workshops where they can talk to students about admissions or the process in terms of college enrollment or that transition. And then we just uploaded the content on our website a great deal. If you look on our website, which is juneteenthkc.com, you can see a ton of featured content. We have a youth portal that has youth activities that's provided by Royal Cohesive Network, and they're doing gardening lessons. They have a reading list where they also provide a free activity for the parents to do with it, with instructions on how to complete that, cooking lessons, and then also they're going to be hosting some special activities on the 20th as well. We also have a new college portal that we just launched, and that's where you can go on from here on out, and you can see information about historically Black colleges across the United States. That's been really exciting. You can see virtual tours and experience it that way. The Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, we also collaborated with them to have a featured page on our website that'll have content specifically from the Nelson. So we handpicked pieces from the Nelson's collection that we felt were good representations of African American art that's here in Kansas City, and I've included content about those stories. You could also do a virtual tour of the Gordon Parks exhibit that they're going to be unveiling in the spring, which is the Muhammad Ali exhibit, which is really dope. Sean Edwards is also going to be doing a feature discussion with the producers of the Who Killed Malcolm X series, and so that's a really powerful documentary that came out in the early spring, and so the producers and Sean Edwards are going to be doing that discussion this Saturday.
What's up with? Is that with Netflix? What's the one with
Yeah,
Netflix?
That's the one with Netflix. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So we got
Awesome.
we're good. That should be on the website now for people to see, the trailer. But we are encouraging people to go and watch the documentary because you can ask questions, participate in the discussion. If people aren't aware, it really follows a historian. I'm not going to butcher his name because I'll feel bad if I butcher his name. But a historian who really follows the records of the assassination of Malcolm X, and you really see Malcolm X from a different perspective. It really opened my mind, especially now being in the midst of a movement, of understanding the pressure and the weight a movement can have on a leader.
Oh
and,
man,
and
that
especially
documentary's deep.
it's deep.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's
because at the very
super
end,
deep.
people
Oh my
really got to
God.
realize Malcolm was depressed, paranoid. He was losing his house.
he's
You know,
human.
and the human feeling of that. And then we have
Yeah.
pictures from the Gordon Parks. I'm sorry, from the Gordon Parks exhibit because he had a close relationship with Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. So we're able to have some of those pictures as a backdrop to talk about that. But then also, Sean Edwards is also going to talk about the artist perspective of protesting, using arts to protest in the movement. So protesting through the arts. So those are kind of our biggest high level discussions. We still are kind of getting some last minute things that I can't necessarily release, but we do have a major probably collaboration, one more producer that's going to come and maybe do an interview this weekend as well. We've been doing also some workshops with Mayor Quentin Lucas. This will be the part 2 of the series. And we've decided we're going to keep it going on with Mayor Lucas. He was really responsive and liked the forum in the district to have that
Come to get my
open
free
discussion.
donut.
Well,
I'll
okay.
come to get my free
Now I
donut.
have the donuts ready.
Down there at Soiree. Y'all better come on down.
But it's a cool experience because we tried to keep it virtual, so we're still promoting social distancing. But we're still allowing some of the community to come and watch the discussion, so they'll see us as we're shooting our Zoom talk. But they can still provide questions. We're polling the city right now, so they're able to go and register questions, and we will ask those questions and we provide them to the mayor. And last time, Councilwoman Robinson participated. So ideally, we'll swap out with other representatives or individuals that want to field the conversation. But we really talked about some great things last week. I know Joey was able to catch the discussion. It was just more about really teaching how to engage in politics and move conversation forward. I know right now we get really caught up in the moment of post, or let's be, do things, instantaneously and be reactive. But we have to understand the way that things really move in city politics is processes, emailing, following up, holding people accountable, saying, hey, you said this, and understanding roles in government too. A lot of times we tag the mayor because the mayor needs to fix this right now. But if you understand Kansas City politics, the mayor's role is not like it is in other cities, and you have to understand that. To understand, your council reps are the ones that can really dictate and advocate for change and have the power. So
there ain't no policy being changed by no Facebook post. You
Oh,
know
yeah. Can we put that on a shirt?
yeah. And follow up. You just gotta
Child.
reach out. You gotta be present, and you just gotta, So it's about having that forum has been great. So we're gonna kick off in the Vine on having that on the 20th again with that mobile distribution, and we're keeping other mobile distribution. We'll have two more, I'm sorry, after this weekend. And that's all on the website. And again, the website is our biggest resource because we upload. I mean, we're literally uploading every day. I have to wake up 8 o'clock just to go over all the updates and keep everything going.
You got a marketplace on there too, I believe.
Oh yeah,
right?
we launched a retail market because we wanted vendors to continue to shop or be able to sell, and so we launched the marketplace where vendors can set up a profile, they can place images, and it's been an exciting year. We're getting amazing traffic to the website, so we definitely encourage any other business that are looking for that exposure. Right now, we're averaging every 3 to 4 days to have at least 1,600 to 1,700 new people to the site because it can track organic clicks, and that's from people Googling. So it's been a big amount of growth, and we just did an article with the New York Times that was really amazing. So Kansas City is going to get a really big feature, I should be thinking. So it's going to be it's a big year for Kansas City on the virtual
girl
element.
right there. Go ahead, Key. Go ahead, girl.
It was a big day. It's a good week.
That's what's up. And I know I should have said this in the beginning. I wrote it down, but I kind of skipped over it. But can you just give us the reason behind Juneteenth and what it really means for the African American culture and why it needs to be celebrated even more than we do?
Well, Juneteenth itself is important because it's always been about continuing to tell our story so that our children can continue to preserve our history and keep it going. And the ultimate things, we don't want to forget that our freedom was not, given to us quickly. When Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, it did not free the slaves. Everyone thought, when Abraham Lincoln signed the paper, we were free. No, it actually took 2 years for Union soldiers to make it to Galveston, Texas, to announce that we were actually free. And then it was still a fight and a battle for us to get our civil liberties and to be really recognized. And even now, it's more important to understand that history and the struggle and the fight, and we don't want to be bitter about it, but don't want to forget it, because if you forget it, then you can end up right back in that position. And there are things in our Constitution, in our legislation that is built to be a backdoor to have us go right back in. You've seen 13th. You've seen some of the amazing documentaries. Again, Netflix is amazing with some of the stuff they've been dropping to really awaken you to some of the systems that are in place to keep us in position. But it can be really, Juneteenth allows, again, that opportunity to educate, to promote the preservation of our history, and understand that it's about us continuing to keep it moving forward.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So are we on Vine Saturday or not? What we doing?
Juneteenth KC is assisting with the district, definitely with strengthening the Vine. The district and businesses wanted to definitely still acknowledge Juneteenth, to have activities going on. So we definitely want to support the district. Unfortunately, the reality is COVID-19 hit well early on in our planning stages, so we just didn't have the funding capability. Our sponsors basically said, hey, unfortunately, we got to pull all that. And it takes, typically our Juneteenth, we take up 6 city blocks at minimum. So it takes, planning, with A16 Day, it just takes time to really be ready for that level of event. But we definitely want to acknowledge that the district wants to have it, the businesses want to do it, so we're definitely going to assist. So we're putting things in place so it's done correctly, safely, and just definitely keeps Juneteenth on a positive note.
What's up? I see you marking them vendors 6 feet apart. She was walking them 6 feet, putting the marks down.
We gotta be
That's
organized.
Man.
Gotta help. I gotta look. It's all about the district and about our community. So that's what it's about.
So shout out Juneteenth. Tell them how they can look up all that information.
JuneteenthKC.com is a great resource. If you want to do our scavenger hunt, we have an amazing scavenger hunt we just dropped. It's a mobile app, and it's pretty good. I wrote the riddle. I wrote like over half the riddle, so I'm like Issa. So I feel like I got bars now. So
I got feedback on Casey where you at on that today.
Yeah,
though.
I got some. We gonna keep it going. Like keep people looking and understanding that there are sites all throughout the community. Sarah Rector House, Quindaro Ruins. We can be out here still seeing these things, and honestly, we need to be out here because some of them need cleanup. We actually went to Quindaro Ruins and cleaned out the walkway, the brush, and everything because it's just not being kept anymore. And those are ways too. People say, well, how can we get part of the movement? There are different ways that you can serve, and I think we've all found ways, to be protesting on the front line, but to continue to serve and find ways to take over, our community and do what we know needs to be done.
That's what's up, man. I commend you, sister, for pushing through, man. Shout out Juneteenth KC. Make sure you check them out. Check the website. Check the Facebook page. Check Casey where you at, because I'm going to make sure all the events are on there. And I know she mentioned Strengthen the Vine. So that was one reason I went on and brought my brother, Joseph Thomas. As y'all see, we keep it clean out here, baby. We wipes it down. Clorox Clears 99.9%. But let me bring my brother in, man. Joey Cuts, Joseph Thomas, No Joey Foundation, man. Man, tell us about Strengthen the Vine. What is behind that?
I mean, the true essence of it was a collaboration of ideas and energy, and it kind of from there organically turned into us working and supporting the Anita's location soiree with the chance and opportunity for business owners, stakeholders, residents, whatever, to come down and just express what Vine is to them. I think he gave everybody an opportunity to just kind of advertise, promote, and again, just say what Vine was to them. Like we discussed last week, 2 weeks ago, we had a shooting down on Vine. You know what I mean? And the shooting, I think a lot of people just the magnitude of the shooting. You know what I mean? You got over 200 cases. You got shell cases. You got a lot of stories and rumors going on about it.
Because like you said, it was 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, definitely.
No business was open.
Right, that's
this
right.
was not patrons of any other business. Like I said, I went down there. 80% of the people that were there never stepped foot in any other business.
That's right.
So, I saw, everybody seen a post too, trying to condemn some of the businesses, but I know that was truly that was false.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even if I could say something about that, I mean, the guy in particular that wrote the post, I'm at this point now, I'm proud to say that I was able to talk to him personally about the whole conversation, about the post that was made. I know some of the other business owners were able to talk to him, and him and his partner, they did some things down on Vine at a rally. They put together a rally. And a lot of people on Vine Street were just kind of curious to know how that was going to turn out, for lack of words. And saying all that to say that that as of now, this young man, he expressed the fact that he knew it should not have been said. His post should not have been said. It was a lot of confusion that kind of came about that. And
Man,
I told him
Papa
straight
hit
up,
me
I was
up.
like,
Papa
yo,
was
man,
hey,
like,
boy, what's his
yeah,
number,
yeah,
dog?
yeah, you
What's
know,
his number? I'm
and-
gonna pull up. I'm like, Papa, hold on,
Yeah,
I'll get it for you.
And I told him straight up, man, like, you know, you owe the businesses an apology, you know, because the blanket that was put out there was one that said that businesses on Vine need to be closed, you know, and it was just, it wasn't the proper thing to say, because first and foremost, let's acknowledge the fact that we got people down here that not only a person died, but you got other people down here that was wounded. You got businesses down here that can't work right now, that's interrupted. You know, you got businesses that were vandalized, they got broken windows, they got these silly remarks and a bunch of stuff. So again, strengthen the Vine was, how do we turn all of that around? You know, I know one thing that like even with my daughter, you know, I'm walking with her, we walking on Vine Street, was a bunch of little circles on the ground, you know, chalk circles that just kind of reminded everybody where these bullets came from. Well, what we did was, I told her, I was like, you know, well, what 2 words go with that can kind of turn the situation around? We talked about it, laughed, joked. The 2 words we came up with was love and forgive. So what we did, we walked around, and everywhere we saw a circle, we either put LVE around it, or we put FO. You know what I mean? So we kind of turned it to that. We made it kind of like a whole little activity for her and I, because just as much as I'm down there and I want to see my business and everybody else's business grow, I still got to teach my daughters the significance of something like Vine, or just more so importantly, 18th and Vine as a district. You know, so it was a great opportunity. Strengthening the Vine was, it was kind of one of those deals where everybody had their own takeaway from it, and I think that's kind of what was so beautiful and important about it. And then you got people like Key that's continuing on with the heritage and the legacy, and then you even got people like Kyle back here that's continuing on with the legacy and the heritage, because on July 7th, I'm working with this young brother who has Lyric
Shut
Institute.
up, Lyric Institution.
You know, and together, what we're trying to do, we're putting together an event called KC and Arms Talk and Shop. And the whole goal for that is to put as we all know, July 7th is a National Blackout Day. So what a lot of people are doing nationally is telling people, don't spend money in markets. Cool, don't spend money in certain markets, but what we are doing is encouraging them to spend money down here in these type of markets. And when we say these type of markets, we're unapologetically saying the black businesses. You know what I mean? Come down here and invest into that. Come spend that dollar, come support. So from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. is going to be a market, and then from 5 to 7 we're going to have a symposium of sorts where we're inviting some of the frontline organizers that's been out here protesting, as well as some other people. We got 3 different topics that we're going to touch on. I know Cal can speak more on that, and it's an opportunity for us to really have some organized conversation with strategy and takeaway actions, but a chance without so many distractions. And what I mean by that is, I kind of give you guys a slight glimpse of what I've seen per se down when I went to a protest. So I was down there a couple Sundays ago, went down the plaza, and Henry Service, shout out to Henry Service, man. He owns the Lincoln Build on the corner of 18th and Vine. You know, Henry did a great job helping organize a big protest per se. They had over 10,000 people saying they were coming and everything, and I think it was a beautiful thing, right? Well, at this organized protest, you had a big portion of the people that were listening, but then you had another guy, I can't think of his name. He came by with a megaphone and he carved out a big portion of the protest, and they started marching around doing their own private protest. And what I seen was, this guy, he had probably about a block and a half length worth of people marching behind him, and he was kind of, you know, saying his chants, and he was on the megaphone talking to the crowd. Well, the reality to it is that as he was talking to the crowd, let's just hypothetically say he was saying 1, 2, 3, and repeat after me. As he's saying 1, 2, 3, about 25% of that line was able to hear him, and they was like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. About the next 25%, they was kind of like, you know, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, they couldn't really hear him. And then when you got to about the half of that line on down, some people didn't have a clue of what was said, what was going on, where they was marching, you know. And I'm not saying that their energy was wrong. I'm not saying what they was marching for was wrong, but I think that they just did not get a chance to hear the true message. You know what I mean? So our thing is, how can we get these people together in a room where they can actually talk about what their message is? What is it that they truly want people to understand? What is it that they truly want people to know? And we can have this recorded, documented, so we can have a chance to talk to the masses, to be on one accord, because I think the last thing that we need here in Kansas City is any more division. And I think the a couple of things that we need as black people is we need a true ask right now. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? You know, I mean, I got my personal opinions about what we should be fighting for, but I don't want mine to dictate everybody else's. But I think, you know, I'm gonna say economics and legislative reform. It kind of needs to be at the top of that list. You know, not necessarily in any type of order, but if we're not asking, and if we're not controlling, and if we're not having a true understanding of what we as African Americans can leverage when it comes to economical structure, then, you know, we kind of left off the table. And if we're not going in there demanding that we still, the fact, because the fact remains that African Americans in America, and I'm pretty sure my brother here can talk more about it, we are still deemed as 3/5 of Americans. You know what I mean? So after all the smoke clear, what are we still? We are still a race of people that's still fighting for stuff that truly is rightfully not really ours. You know what I mean? So those 3 topics are.
Yeah, you got about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
120 seconds. What you got for us, Cal? Shout out Cal Hollins, man.
Straight up. So real quick, the 3 topics are economics is a major aspect, and just the idea that we need to understand each other. You know what I mean? Part of the Lyrics Institution, one of our hardest, our key components is empathy, and understanding. Empathy is actually saying I understand you, and the more that I understand you changes the thought process. So that is a key component, and then we want to have actual applicable steps to move forward, action steps, and that's what we want to present. We want to present that in not only just an audible form, but actually in just walking that out, creating the environment. We don't want to tell you about Black economics. We want to show you Black economics. We don't want to talk about understanding without having people from different cultures and different aspects from the protest to give you those perceptions. And then we also are strategically picking some of the vendors to be one of those voices in the conversation about Black economic change and how that affects, you know, America on a large scale. We all know that the Black dollar, you know, we're the highest spending you know, race in America, and we only make up 13%. You know what I mean? And none of us really the percentage of elite Blacks as far as spending, as far as income, is so low. So that basically means that it's the people in poverty that's spending all the money. Yeah. And that kind of systemically recreates the cycle. So that's kind of what we're trying to attack with this event.
That's what's up. Again, when is this event, and when is it? Where is it? So where can we find out the information? So July 7th
is going to take place on 18th and Vine. So right now we are working. It's going to be vendors on Vine Street as well as 18th Street from Vine up to Highland. We are also trying to stretch things over to the Great Line, you know, so whether that be vendors or speakers, of course, everything is weather pending. The goal is pretty much to have outdoor activity. In the case of it being inclement weather, then we are hoping that we can work with our city in regards to putting the conversation inside the gym theater, as well as vendors inside of museum and different shops that makes up 18th and Vine as a district itself. We don't have a website right now, but they definitely can contact KUAW, stay connected to Lyric Institute, find more information. NoJoyFoundation.org will have information as well. And then, of course, we plan to, you know, I think it's fair to say that Cal and I are really about action, and I can definitely commend him for his action. So I think a lot of hands are going to be touched with a flyer or with that conversation face to face, because this is something that we don't need. We don't just need people to support. We need people to truly buy in. Right. You know what I mean? We got to change the narratives, and we got to change the minds of how Black businesses and how we work together, but more so how we support and uplift and empower each other as well. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. I got my brothers in the building, man.
For sure.
I got my brothers in the building.
What's the saying? If we ain't busy, we ain't what?
If you ain't busy, you ain't grinding. Y'all know what it is. And as y'all see, I got Stinker Butt in here. And like I said, I know we about to wrap this show up. It was good to see y'all. It's been 3 months since I seen y'all. So I'm going to let Stinker Butt hand y'all out with this one, man. This is my pride and joy, my seed right here, baby. Tell them something, boo. Yep, start with you.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise.
From the mouths of babes, man. Y'all know that's Maya Angelou. Shout y'all out, man. Love y'all, Kansas City. And, man, y'all support these brothers, support these sisters. Juneteenth this weekend. 816 Day coming too, man. Stay tuned for everything. Shout out KUAW, been holding it strong. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. That's why we here. Much love.
Bye.